Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. Day 3 of level 340 Mythic Boss Rush, Echo of Medivh Elris Gloomstalker begins with a fight against Emperor Thaurissan. And that fight has been pretty rough. I've seen people do it with Kutun, I've seen people do it with Nesot, so that they can either destroy the ad or they can steal the ad for themselves. I didn't really have characters to do that very well, but I came up with a bit of a different plan, although that also requires leveling up one off-meta character a little bit, because I'm doing this one with Aranna. So the combo I'm using here is Aranna with Unbreakable Backpack, Gigi with Flameheart Crystal, that health really comes in handy in this one, Khadgar with Bitter Chill, Voone with Dragon's Mark, well, doesn't really matter. Eudora with Primed Armaments doesn't matter, and Edwin with Even Shares doesn't matter. Voone, Eudora, and Edwin are here to bring Artillery Strike. You would ideally have Artillery Strike that deals 170 damage and all fighters, because that would mean that if you pick up one Artillery Strike after the first fight, then you're through the entire bounty, and that's it. 150 would also be a major improvement over 140, because that would mean that the last fight is immediately done. But we'll make do with what we have, and this worked reasonably well for me, because Aranna has the ability Floodic Intonement, deal 32 damage to an enemy, set its attack to 0 until the end of next turn. So I'm just keeping Moira at 0 attack, and that way I'm able to get through the bounty. I do lose to some high fire damage or high fell damage rolls. Fell damage is pretty ironic, because even though Moira has 0 attack, then when she does Blade Dance it still deals damage according to plus fell damage, and I've had a plus 192 fell damage roll, so it's 0 attack, Moira still dealt 192 AoE. Yeah, that sort of stuff happens. But I noticed when I was doing this with, for example, Nesot, that some high spell damage rolls still were able to kill me in those cases as well, so it wasn't doing any better for me than this. I needed to level Aranna though. My Aranna currently has 164 health, level 113, which means that I have leveled her treasures pretty much to 10. I already had the Warbanner at 15. I leveled the equipment to 10. I leveled Floodic Intonement to 10. But mostly it was just to give her some health. Because without health, then Aranna can just die, and that's not very good. But a fairly modest expenditure in Aranna is enough to make Aranna viable for this bounty, and then once you're through Thaurissan, you get those artillery strikes, and boom, that's just the bounty. And this is what it all looks like in action. Alright, up against the Emperor. Big fell damage, big fire damage, can be lethal. 97 fire. Only 22 fell, but 97 fire is pretty bad. We'll see how it goes. Aranna, Khadgar, Gigi. Positioning depends on health. Gigi is the highest health, I want highest health on the side. Gigi being highest health is also pretty good. Searing Strike Opener. Alright, against the Searing Strike Opener, we want to do Blizzard turn 1. If it was the Sinister Strike Opener, then we would do Heartfire turn 1. Okay, that was tough. Ooh, and then the Flame. Also can stop that attack. Alright. I think I'll need to do a Firestorm here. I need to rapidly get my health up. Because those attacks were pretty big. So now we got enough health to survive this. Heat-seeking Flame again, okay. Blade Dance, but there was not a lot of fell damage. We should be fine against the Blade Dance. Blazing Song also heals these. But that's quite a bit of damage. We'll take the most healing we can. Because that's also 62 healing for my mercs. Blade Dance is just like 20-ish damage, so that's fine. Magma Blast coming, attack, and a Searing Strike. Right, so we want to Blizzard those away. And I think it's an Inspiring Song turn now. That should keep everyone healthy enough. Speeding up the fire attacks is dangerous though. 2 speed Magma Blast, 106 damage. Okay. So that's trying to kill Khadgar now. I'm going to have to do acrobatics here. And then Khadgar will have to kill Moira. Because Moira is going to be... No, Moira is going to stealth. Can't prevent the stealth. Khadgar will actually kill this one. Then we'll do a Firestorm. That's how it has to go. But now there's the problem that I cannot stop Moira next turn. Unless Moira actually just dies to... Oh yeah, that went really smoothly actually. Yeah, now the heat-seeking flames are a little bit bigger. They're going to be targeted at Gigi. But that's totally fine. This one's going to die now. Start to get some damage into that. And I can get some heal power going this turn. Yeah, it's gonna be fine. This is a win. Big heat-seeking flames are coming in, obviously. But that's totally fine. And Firestorm now. Firestorm essentially, I mean, it first deals the damage to Thaurissan and then it heals it up, so it's a net 0 damage to Thaurissan. But it heals up my characters a lot. Now we can do an Inspiring Song here, keep everyone alive. Keep blasting at the Emperor. Emperor keeps blasting at us. That's gonna be tough. Anything we can do here? I could do an edge. Yeah, I can do an edge cancel. Yes, that will be fine. So between the Archmage Nova and the edge cancel, the Emperor is dead. Boom. And before it got to act as well. So wonderful, wonderful opener. We're true. And then we need an artillery strike. I have 3 greens on the bench. That's not an artillery strike, but that is an artillery strike. So now we have an artillery strike. If my artillery strike dealt 150, then that would be the bounty. But because my artillery strikes are a little bit weaker, then that means that I would need 2, or I would need the Beaumont GG or something. It's enough to kill the air elemental, of course. Boom. That was the air elemental fight. Yay! I pick up an Artish, that's not bad. Couldn't pick up a second artillery strike, so now I have 3 rolls on artillery strike already. I only managed one of them. But because all of my artillery strike mercs here are fighters, and these main characters here are casters, all those casters are going to die. It's just, well, I would actually need 170 to kill the Loyal Myrmidon. But Loyal Myrmidon surviving is not a problem. Because I have these mercs. And these are perfect to kill the Loyal Myrmidon. Because it will have 0 attack after the first turn. First turn was the only turn where it would have had a chance. And even then I could have just blizzarded it. If it attacked this turn, then it would have 0 attack for the next turn, so it actually had no way to do anything. It's never going to have any attack. And yeah, it just takes a while. But then the last fight. If I only have that one artillery strike, I will have to fight against one of the anointed blades still. But we'll get to that in a moment. And maybe we don't even have to. But fighting against one anointed blade, like it can either be permanently frozen or rooted. It could have 0 attack, so should still be fine. Small bleeds going on, but makes little difference. We're through this one. Like this. And then we are ready for the final fight. What can I pick up for that one? I pick up the Thriving Bomb. Of course, it doesn't necessarily target the one that I want it to target, but we'll see in a moment. Here we go. And if the Thriving Bomb is anywhere near Elris, then everything is dead. If it's not, well, then Elris is going to survive. Everything else is dead. It's right there next to Elris. Everything's dead. Wonderful. Bounty completed. Yeah, not my favorite bounty. The Thaurissan fight isn't a fun fight, but it's doable. I've done it a few times now. We for 85 renown. And all of that took 16 turns. Okay. Thank you for watching. Click like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and a special thanks to all of my Patreon supporters, YouTube members and Twitch subscribers who make all of these videos possible.